So welcome back. Now this next guest that I have coming on has created a fabulous website for everybody. I have Christine Rowe, and she is the owner of Bailey's Doggy Directory. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
You got to tell everybody about it.
Sure. Yeah, so Bailey'sDoggyDirectory.com is a new website and blog that I started about 2 months ago. So on June 10th we went live, and it's for dog owners in the Phoenix area to find services for their dogs. So groomers, vets, etc. That's on the site. So.
All right, and now this is free.
Yes,
So-
it's free to all dog owners, and it's actually free to the businesses that are listed on the site as well.
Okay, and it's Bailey's, and let me tell you how she's done the doggy. I like the way you did it. So it's Bailey's, B-A-I-L-E-Y-S, and doggy is D-O-G-G-Y, directory.com. You got to check it out. Okay, before you came on, I went, so it's like an Angie's List for dogs. And you said yes.
Yes.
Everybody says that.
That's true, because as I go around, I'm going around to a lot of the businesses that are in the directory in the Valley, introducing myself, letting them know about the site, that their business is listed, that it's free advertising for them. And a lot of times I'm bringing Bailey if it's not too hot. But a lot of times when I introduce it, that's the first thing they say. It's like an Angie's List for dogs. So I'm glad that they recognize that, because I wanted to create a site that was specifically for dog owners just in the Valley to kind of help each other out finding these services for each
Okay,
other.
so
Yeah.
you created this site for a reason. Why?
Well, actually, it was because of the frustration I had finding services for my own dog, Bailey. So I have a 9-year-old golden retriever, Bailey. I rescued him about 7 years ago through Rescue a Golden of Arizona. And earlier this year, I was having a hard time just trying to find a new groomer and, bakeries, boutiques, just stuff like that. It's really time-consuming online to find these services. And then it's a whole other adventure in trying to find reviews that actually help you make your decision. And most of us don't have that time. And so I looked online and I said, is there anything out there today, a one-stop shop that has everything listed, all the dog services across many different categories, specific to the Valley? And there wasn't. I mean, there's the Angie's Lists and the Yelps and things, but they don't focus on dog services, and their listings for the Valley are very sporadic. So.
Now you also said it's a blog, and they can also make comments also, correct?
Correct, right. So what we ask is if you want to rate or review a business on the site or comment on a blog post, you just have to subscribe to the site. And there's a couple different ways you can do that. If you're on our homepage, there's a login button, and it's just a couple of lines of information. It takes a couple seconds, and then you're subscribed and you're on. And the reason why we do that is because we don't want anonymous reviews, right? But yeah, it's a real simple process, and we encourage people to do that because the more reviews we have on the site, the more helpful it is to everybody else out there, right?
What kind of services you got on there?
So I have 16 categories. So we have groomers, mobile groomers, vets, 24-hour emergency vets, trainers, boutiques, bakeries. We have pet sitters, doggy daycare, pet photographers, poop scoopers, you name it, we've got it on there.
Now that's Bailey's Doggy, and that's spelled D-O-G-G-Y, directory.com. You can go up there and you can check out what they have. You can even, if you want to, you can check out the blogs and also write your comments on there as well. And I'm going to ask you this. Are you looking for people to sign up with you? Are you looking to have anybody out there that might have a business with dogs that they could work with you?
Yeah, so I spent weeks upon weeks putting together this directory myself, trying to have the most comprehensive list that I could put together. But I'm sure there's businesses out there that I don't know about, and so I encourage you, if you know of a groomer or a vet or some business that's not on the directory, to let them know. And if you yourself are an owner of a business, to just simply go on our site, and at the top or bottom of the page, there's a button that says Submit Your Business, and it's very, very simple. You just fill out this form, and boom, I get the email, and you're on.
Is it cost for that too?
So it's free just to be listed for a basic listing. If you want to enhance your listing, so what that means is you add your logo and add a company description, it's a fee of just $65 for a year. So it's very economical, but we have some businesses that are starting to do that. Yep.
So again, that's Bailey's Doggy, D-O-G-G-Y, directory.com, and either you can look for different pet supplies, groomers, all sorts of things that you might need. But also, if you are in that service for dogs, then you can also apply to be on there as well. So, and it's a free service.
Yes.
And it's pretty inexpensive as well for the year if they want to upgrade.
Yes, absolutely. Try to make it as reasonable as possible. Yeah.
All right. So then, again, I want to also make it very clear that right now it's just dogs.
Correct. Yeah, and it's also Phoenix and just the East Valley today. because I had to stop someplace, otherwise I'd never go live with the site. I have over 600 businesses as it stands today on the site, and that's
Wow.
just Phoenix and the East Valley. I have some in the West Valley, but it's
Are
not
you
a
gonna,
comprehensive...
are you gonna keep it like that, or what are you
No.
gonna
So
do?
the
Tell
plan
me
is-
what you wanna do,
the
because
plan
there's
is-
other people that listen from other parts in the area that
Yeah.
are listening.
So the plan is to keep expanding, right? So we want to, exactly. So if you're in a different part of the valley or the state, that's fine. I'll add you to the directory, no problem, because the plan is to keep expanding. So the plan is to go to the West Valley, go to the High Country, Tucson, and onwards and upwards, and even out of the state of Arizona, hopefully one day.
Check them out. It's Bailey's Doggy, D-O-G-G-Y directory.com. Now, what do you write on your blog about?
So that's the fun part. I actually have a marketing background and so communications background, and so I really like the writing part of it. And there's nothing more fun to write to me about than to write about dogs, and especially a Bailey. So it's a fun place. I give people dog tips, so things I've learned along the way.
Give them one.
So I had a couple of blog posts last week, which was why does your dog eat grass? Wrote about why do dogs sleep so much. Gave some recipes over the last couple months of like dog popsicles and frozen yogurt treats, things like that Bailey likes. I have all kinds of pictures of Bailey on the site. It's just a fun place. Yeah,
That's really neat.
And I use a lot of social media too. So if you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we actually started a YouTube channel last week. And we have a new fun little commercial that we created, and it's on our YouTube channel, and it's also on our homepage or on our Facebook page. So check that
Wow.
out.
How fun is that? It's
Yeah.
an Angie's List for dogs.
Yes.
And it's also free for everybody to go on to.
Yes.
It's basically free. Tell them again how they can get on it and look around, and also how somebody who might have a business that want to get on it, how do they do it?
Sure. So just go to baileysdoggydirectory.com, and then you're on, and you can just pick a category. It's very simple. I try to make it as user-friendly as possible. So just click a category that you want, and you can put in your zip code or your city, and you can narrow down the search as much as possible, whatever you want, and then it'll give you a listing of those services in your area, and a link to their website and all kinds of stuff. So.
And how about if they're a business? What do they do?
So if they're a business, just go to click on the homepage. There's a button at the top or at the bottom of the page, and it's Submit Your Business. Takes a minute to fill it out, and you're on.
And I would highly suggest for the people that are listening, anybody out there, you know, that might have something a little different that they do.
Yeah.
You know, because you're amongst a lot of other people, but it's nice to be, I'm just saying, if you have something that's different, pick up the, you don't call them, just go on their website and
Yeah.
sign up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's 16 categories today, but my intention is to grow that because there's many other categories that are
I
out
can't
there.
imagine 16 categories for my dog.
I know, but there are. There's
Give
a
them
lot
some
more.
more besides the regulars. What's something that's different?
Well, you know, the poop scoopers I thought was different.
Yeah.
Um,
I've had a pooper scooper on my show.
Oh, have you?
I have.
Yeah.
A couple of them, actually.
There's actually a lot. I was
I know.
surprised at how many there were.
That's right. Nobody likes to do that, so you have to hire somebody to do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. And there's pet photographers. That's very unique, I think.
How about somebody out there that might have some jewelry for their dog?
That's
That's
true.
a fun thing to do. What
Yeah,
else?
we do have boutiques on there, but we
Mhm.
would definitely could do something specific, specific like jewelry or art, perhaps. I know that there's people out there that do, you know, paintings of dogs and things like that. So there's all kinds of things.
You
So,
gotta
yeah.
check them out. It's Bailey's Doggy Directory.com, and don't forget, doggy is D-O-G-G-Y. Okay, what's your overall mission with this whole thing?
So there's a couple of things. One, from a dog owner's perspective, I just want to make it a lot easier and happier experience trying to find services for your dog. And then from the small business owner's perspective, I wanted to maybe perhaps give them a little bit more visibility, right? So maybe there's someone's going to find your business that might not have found them before. So I'm trying to help out small businesses in the Valley. And then really, at the end of the day, create a community of dog lovers right here in the Valley to help each other out.
There's a lot of them all over the world.
Yeah.
So it's Angie's List for dogs. You got to check it out. Again, it's Bailey's Doggy Directory.com. And don't forget, doggy is D-O-G-G-Y.